Okay, folks, we're back again on Unfiltered, and as the name goes, all my guests that I want on this show are unfiltered. He's bold. When he makes a statement, you know he means it. He means what he says, and he says what he means. Let me stop talking. Put your hands together. Show some love for my young brother, Nii Lante Vanderpuye. Nii, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you, senior bro.
Oh, wow. It's good to have you. I've never had a chance to interview you.
Yes,
oh, no.
I know. It's a privilege for me because I never expected to be on the show with you.
Really?
Yes. I never.
Well,
I thought this show is meant for people above me.
No way.
I thought I was too small for a program.
Never.
Because you interview presidents and heads of state, and how much more Nii Lante Vanderpuye?
Because you are
the Bookham Jamestown boy like me.
Because you have integrity, and I like people like you who are direct and they are bold enough to speak the truth. So
thank you.
Welcome one more time to Unfiltered. Let me start right away. You just resigned from your position on DRIP.
Yes.
You were the CEO.
Yes, national coordinator.
National coordinator. Okay. To run as chairman for NDC.
Yeah, I'm expecting to contest for the chairmanship of the NDC.
Wow.
And the party says that anyone who desires to run for any elective party position, if you having any appointment, you must resign 6 clear months before the elections.
And you did 6 clear months?
Yes, I did it on my birthday.
Oh, you did it on your birthday?
Yes.
Once again, let me wish you a happy birthday because you just turned 61.
Yes, on the 11th of June.
On the 11th of June, you turned 61.
And that's the day they started the World Cup.
Oh, wow.
So it's a special day.
It is a special day.
So the World Cup was on that day, it's my birthday, and I resigned that day.
Oh, wow. That's a triple shot, man. And folks, I always say this, man. I never thought in my life that one day somebody would tell me they are 61 and I'll call them a small boy. Well, not small boy, young man.
You know, when people like you, we admire you. We wish we could also be 70, 71 and still be strong and healthy.
Oh, you definitely will be.
Because sometimes the things we are doing, maybe you didn't do them.
Like what?
I wouldn't want to say.
You may be surprised I did them. You never know.
No. As a son of the former moderator of the Presbytery, I know you were brought up in the Basel way, so you didn't learn how to do certain things. But we used to stand behind people's walls and whistle and do things, clap hands and let people jump walls and all those things. Or sometimes you enter people's, kitchen and steal some stew and things like that. You never did those things because you were living in a mission house.
You'll be surprised what goes on in the mission house. Anyway, welcome to the show, man.
We once had Ophni and Phineas in the Bible.
Yes, remember them? When I went to proper, there was somebody was calling me Hophni. I said, please, don't go there.
It was too much for you.
Too much. But welcome to the show, man.
Thank you.
I'm glad. By the way, belated happy birthday.
Thank you.
And it's interesting that you resigned on your birthday, and that was when the World Cup started.
Yes.
And we are still in the World Cup, and today it happens to be the day that the Black Stars will be playing their first game against Panama. What's your feeling? You are a sports person, I find.
Let me be frank with you. I'm not as optimistic as I was when we were going for the 2010 and 2014 World Cup. Because I was so confident in the team of 2010 and 2014. But this particular team, the preparation and everything has not given me that ultimate confidence to think that we'll be able to surpass the feat we achieved in 2010. If we're able to go through the first round and get into the second round, I'll think it's an achievement. But if we get to the quarterfinals we got to some time ago, it will be a miracle.
To be a miracle. What if we do? Well,
that's what I'm saying.
You see them as a miracle.
Yeah, I'll see it as a miracle because I don't think we've had that preparation as we had. 2, I don't think this particular team is as compact and cohesive as the team we had in the past. 3, the sort of management inefficiencies and delinquencies we've seen in this particular preparation were not present in the past.
Management and inefficiencies and delinquencies. Those are pretty strong descriptions.
Yes, for
inefficiencies and delinquencies.
For example, we saw the performance of the former technical team, and we knew they were not doing good enough. So if there were going to be a change, it should be a change long. So we could have a technical team that will get used to the players, know the players. You see, when you have a national team, you bring in together players from different parts of the world, from different setups, different environment, different attitudes, different behaviors. So you have to get a lot of time to be able to get those players, know them, manage them, try and improve upon the weaknesses of others, try and build on the strengths of others. So you can have a very strong, comprehensive and cohesive team.
Ideally, how much time would you apportion to that?
Yes. This particular team, they don't have that time. The previous team played together for minimum 5 years.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And the attrition in the team was not much. It's just about 5%. With this particular qualifying series, throughout the qualifying series, we use almost over 110 different players. After this match today, I'm sure tomorrow, the next match, we'll have a change.
Oh, really?
Yes, because the coach has not had enough time with the players. And today, as they go into this match, I want to see what selection he's going to put up. We don't know our first 11.
Whose fault? Who is to take the blame for that? That the coach at this time has not had as much time. Is there?
I think the GFA.
The GFA.
Yeah, because I think the timing of the change was not good enough. We should have changed Otoado long ago, but we waited to 3 months before the World Cup. And we know that the players are also playing in their various teams and clubs in Europe and elsewhere. By the time we finish all the leagues, it's only 3 weeks to the World Cup. So, how much time were we going to have? For example, we played a match against Japan, and a match against Germany also. Different set of players. All that do not build a team.
Would it have made sense to keep Otto on anyway, or he had to go?
In fact, I was advocating that if we didn't change him 2 years ago, then the best thing we could have done was to get a very experienced person, like the one they have chosen now, to work with him, just preparing for the World Cup and during the time of the World Cup. Then after that, we can make the changes. But to change him drastically that and bring a new set of team, they are not conversant with the players. 2, the players are not readily available for them to even try and see what is the best to get out of KSM. What is the best that I should expect from Nii Lante? That timing, we didn't have luxury of time. So I thought that the timing was wrong. The change has been done. This coach will have time, so we should not, because he needs time, so we should not expect too much from him. But let me say, our matches, the 2 matches we played against Austria and against, I think I saw a few glimpses of technical tweak, which was good enough, because there was a twitch in the what I say in football, when we talk about it, what it means is that trying to change something small.
There were a few changes that you thought were positive?
Yes.
What were these changes?
The players.
Okay.
Playing certain players where they have the composure. So, for example, if I'm more competent, I'll have a comparative advantage playing as a right full back, and you put me at the left full back. What it means is that you are not going to utilize my full potential. And I saw him doing that, where he changed the players a bit from one position to the other, and he got the maximum output from some of them.
So he's maximizing their strength.
Yes,
by
but,
putting them
but you do those things to players, you know.
Okay.
But those who haven't seen before, it will be difficult for a short period to be able to do that. But if you know this player, you've watched him play in his team, and you saw him playing in this particular position, and he comes to a national team and he's being played in another position, as a new coach, you have the right to change him again. He may not be comfortable, and the setup, how you set up your team to play, will be different from how the previous coach set up his team to play. It's like, let me give you an example, Manchester United. Ruben Amorim was playing players in a particular manner. Like Bruno Fernandes, he brought him to the center of midfield. Carrick came. He said, no, I think Bruno is better playing at the back of the striker. So he brought him there. And it changed everything about the team. So you have to know your players, know their competences, know areas where you could have the best out of them and put them there.
So in a situation like this where the coach has just been, if you will, thrown into the deep end, how will he manage if you were in his position, or what would you advise him being thrown into the deep end, not knowing the players in terms of their strategic importance? How would he manage
At this level, you don't do anything about their style of play.
Okay.
It's the mind. Work on their aptitude, work on their psychology, because the players know how to kick the ball already. They are playing various teams. So it is studying your opponent, knowing their style of play. Then you also set up a technical strategy to counter their style of play. And then the next one is the psychological aspect, the mental attitude, building the players' mindset up. And I saw this coach doing it. The last time I saw a video where he was taking the players through something like a quiz. He broke them into 2 sets and he was asking questions about Ghana football. And some of the questions were centered on the old achievements of the Black Stars. What year did the Ghana Black Stars win the first Cup of Nations? Who were the players? He was taking
everything that we talk here today, it is history. So now we are here together to make history for Ghana. So remember our responsibility. When kids in Ghana, they start to put a shirt with your number, it's a great responsibility for you. When you sleep today, think about that. And also, these guys that they build this history behind us, it's just a message to us. We have the opportunity in the next World Cup, other guys, they also talk about you. So let's do it. Let's put our names, your efforts in the history of Ghana. All right? Let's go.
So what he's doing is that he's psychologically tuning them up to know that some people have achieved this for this country. And today, you are the ones privileged to wear the same jersey, so you can also achieve. And that I thought was good. That I thought was good. Because he's an experienced coach, somebody who has worked before. He's been a journeyman. He's been in so many countries. And he's worked with legends like Alex Ferguson before. So I think that is what he's doing now. He's building up their psyche so that they go into the match. For example, I think I saw something he said, look, we are not going to meet Panama thinking that we are better than Panama.
Okay.
Over the years, they've played against Brazil. They qualified against Argentina. They did this. So if you see Panama, it's like you're seeing Argentina, you're seeing Brazil. And that I think is good. So for now, it is not just about how to kick the ball, how to head the ball,
so
how to... The basics are already known to these players.
Training them not to be complacent in terms of who they're going to be.
That is what is important. Yes,
I see.
Making them... You see, I saw something about Cape Verde against Spain. They came into the match with the determination that, Spain, we also Cape Verde. We also qualified to this World Cup. They are European champions, former world champions, and so what? Let's prove to them that we are also good. We are going to stand there. We are not going to lose against them. We know they are better than us, but we are determined not to lose. And that's what they did. Their keeper, I think, some of the saves, heroic saves he made, he may not have made those saves any time in his life. He was making those saves at the age of 40. I'm not sure when he was 25 or 30, he could make those saves.
Could have done that.
But you see that some extra effort, extra, I would say vigor came into them in this match. And so that is what I'm expecting, that today, as we get onto the field, we must have that extra verve that could push us beyond our own limits. Because if we don't win this first match, we'll have a problem qualifying.
Really?
Yes. Because our group is quite tough. It's quite tough. We won't have it easy against England. And we won't have it easy against Croatia. Panama will not be the, let me say, the cheapest meat. But then if you don't chew it well, you will have a toothache.
I like that. It may not be the cheapest meat. If you don't chew it well, you have a toothache.
Yes. So it's something that we have to prepare and get into this match. And I'm sure that today they will make us proud.
I definitely hope so. We are all watching, and we are looking forward to being proud. As this is just of before we get to the other things, I know or hear that there was a particular group that was lobbying crazily for Nii Lante to take over sports.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't hear?
No, I didn't.
Proud to the appointment of Kofi as the sports minister. Those of us in the sporting arena who were rooting for Nii Lante Vanderpuye because he's ruthless, he's a no-nonsense man. But the FA allegedly went to lobby. Oh, we don't like him.
Why wouldn't they like him?
Because they wouldn't have their way.
Okay.
You get it?
Okay. You won't play ball.
No, he wouldn't.
I'm flattered.
You are?
Yes.
You didn't hear anything about it?
Not really. A few people screenshot comments of people on social media and sent to me.
Well, Adam is a good friend of mine. I'm sure yours too.
Yeah.
But in terms of, if you were the sports minister, if you had been made the sports minister, would you have done anything differently? And what are those?
Let me say this is a bit controversial. I think that is the only thing for now I will talk about. I think we are spoiling our footballers.
We are spoiling them.
$100,000 appearance fee. It's crazy. I don't think I would have paid that amount of money. I don't think so.
How much would you pay?
You see, would you pay an amateur boxer who goes to the Commonwealth Games or the Olympic Games 100,000 for appearance? Would we pay that athletes, those athletes who ran for us recently at the World Championship, will you pay them 100,000 appearance? So if you won't pay the athletes, the boxers, the hockey players, the volleyball players, and the rest, or let me even say football, will you pay the Black Queens 100,000 as you pay in the Black Stars? If you won't pay them 100,000, why do you pay the Black Stars 100,000?
Can you answer that? Why are they being paid 100,000?
I think we are spoiling them, and we see them as more important than the other national teams, the Black Queens, the Black Princess, and the rest. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think the Black Stars are important than the Black Bombers, our boxing team. They are not more important than the Black Sticks, our hockey team. I don't think so. So I was advocating for a level playing field, an equal amount of money to be paid for anyone who qualified to contest and wear the national jersey. So if KSM is tomorrow going to represent Ghana at the Olympic Games, he must have the same amount of money as somebody who wears the Black Star jersey to play for Ghana. We shouldn't discriminate between Black Star players and Black Queens.
In your view, why is that discrimination so profound?
Because we have turned ourselves to be a football nation and not a sports nation.
Interesting.
And even football, we look at only men's football and not women's football. And as a former sportsman, I think that is highly unfair and it's wrong. Because our women, for example, qualified to the World Cup first before the men qualified. It's an achievement.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
The achievement of boxing, for example, to the image, to the brand Ghana, is more than what football has given us. Yes. Azuma, Kote Poison, Anaya Konendu, Abodankwa, Roy Ankra, Flo Kute Robertson, all of them. They've achieved something for this nation. And so we can't continue to look down on other sporting disciplines and think that football is the only thing. I have said that if we were that pragmatic, we could even nurture a sport like arm wrestling, weightlifting, and the rest, and make impact with a little budget as compared to what we spend on football. Because at the end of it, when you go to the World Championship or the Olympic Games, a gold is a gold. It doesn't matter which discipline you got a gold. You get me? So if we take a whole football team to the Olympics and they can't even get a bronze, and we can take KSM as a boxer, because I know you wanted to be a boxer. As a boxer and win gold. KSM. I think you cannot say that the gold he has won is not of importance as compared to the football not winning any medal. Because at the end of the day, what will be raised? The flag of Ghana. It's the flag of Ghana that will be raised. So I think the amount of money, 100,000 an appearance fee for the players, was just too much to take. That is a thing I will have changed if I were in Kofi's shoes. But so far it's okay. He's done well.
Yeah.
We never expected him to achieve and to perform the way he's performed. But so I think he has come to a realization that people are really going to mark him. People are going to set some KPIs for him. Because of what you said, the general feeling that somebody else will be more competent in that position. So he had a challenge. I must do my best to let people say that you doubted me, but I have performed. And I think so far he's done well.
Okay, great. I was talking to my good friend Dan Kuyeboa, and he did a very interesting joke that Kyrgios is his name Kyrgios or Kyrgios? The coach. Kyrgios. It's a Kyrgios is in a very good position because it's a win-win. He had only 3 weeks. If he loses, he didn't get time. If he wins, the man has.
This coach, somebody told me, is the luckiest coach in this tournament.
Lucky?
Yes.
Why?
Either way, he's not going to be blamed. If it goes well, he's a magician. How could anyone get results in 2 weeks? If it doesn't go well,
what did you expect?
Yes, I came in late, so you can blame me. So he's the luckiest coach in the tournament. Yes.
It's true. Kwakuyeboa was right. I've listened to him. Kwakuyeboa, just as me, is not as confident as we were in 2010, 2014.
In all sincerity, the only way I'll bet on this Black Stars team is if I'm told to bet based on luck. If I'm told that football is like life, it's unpredictable, it's illogical, so I should bet, then I'll do so. They can
bet on that.
Yes, but based on preparation, psychologically, technically, everything, we are not ready. In fact, this is the poorest team we are taking to the World Cup.
Let me before we left Ghana for the World Cup in South Africa, I told everybody that this team can win the World Cup. But for the penalty which we missed against Uruguay, we will have won the World Cup. I'm sure we will have won.
Wow.
Because if we had qualified for the semi-finals, we will have won the World Cup. That team was good. And they were like a family. Because they've known themselves, they've played together for a while, for a long time. And they were a team that we prepared from their under 12. Most of those players, we got them from under 12. The Milo football tournament, the Valco football tournament, and then we nurtured them. So it's a team we built, and that is what I think is lacking now. All the achievements we've had as a country in football were those that were on players who were specially built the 63 team, you know, you are older than me, you know that it took a long time. They were built from the academicals through our league and all those Osaje, they were called Osajefos team.
Yeah.
They were built over. So it was so easy for them to win them. They won 63, they won 65. In 1970, they went to the finals. So after that, we didn't build a team. You know, we started all this experiment until 1975, when we started building a team again, and then we got a team which played in 78 and won. The remnants of the 78 team were in 1982, and we won. After that, I don't know whether we lost that philosophy of our forefathers. We say you can't sow a maize and expect to harvest a cassava.
Yeah.
You know, we don't prepare. We don't prepare a team. We don't build a team. Now we are doing what we call in football frefre kobo.
Frefre kobo.
Yes.
Yes.
Call people.
Call people on kobo ball.
No, because if we invited players from all over the world 3 weeks and we are in a tournament, this frefre kobo.
Yeah.
Frefre kobo. You don't have that team that has played together, know themselves. You know when KSM does this, I know what he's talking about. In football, because we all speak English, and the players, some of them cannot speak Twi, some cannot speak Ga, so it will be difficult for you to have a particular language, medium of communication that you can have as a, let me say, strategy over your opponent. Our old teams, when they go to the field, it's either Twi or Ga. You get me? They were not speaking English, because at that time most of them were local based.
Really?
Yes. So on the field of play, I don't expect Frimpong Manson to be speaking English with Emmanuel Ampia. You understand?
Yeah.
Or with Chen Hene. I don't expect Sam Silante to be speaking English with Ofe Ansa or Adolfama.
That's a very interesting angle that I've never thought about. So even the medium of communication
is very important. For example, if I have the ball or you have the ball and I'm a striker and you have the ball in the middle, I will use my language as KSM. You understand? So you lob the ball behind him and I can go. But if I speak English, the opponent will know what we are going to do. So this team, with a lot of the players having been born outside the country, not used to our language, they needed time to bond and develop a sort of chemistry, and then use language and gestures and things as strategy to outwit their opponents. All those things are important. Mohamed Polo said he had a particular identical gesture. The fearsome five of Accra as a folk. He, Anas Seydu, Peter Lamte, Mama Akwa, Robert Hammond. That sometimes when he has the ball and Mama Akwa does this, he knows what Mama Akwa is telling him. The opponent wouldn't know. When Peter Lamte does this, he knows what Peter Lamte is talking about. They develop it among them, sign language among themselves on the field of play. So sometimes, even when you are a member of House of Folk team, you may not know. Because the five of them have developed that.
Their own.
And that's why they were fearsome. That's why they were unbeatable. So in a team, let me say, identity is important. Having a particular identity as a team, which makes it easy for you to communicate, that will not make the other person understand. Is 100% advantage over your opponent.
Let's say the current Black Stars perform some miracle, and they
get to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, and get to the quarterfinals. Beyond that, what happens? Do we now have a team that we should keep together because they have to understand themselves more? Talking in terms of how players should know each other and be so linked up. What happens beyond the...
I think once we accepted that this is our team, we shouldn't break it. We should keep this team for as long as... You see, what you do is that this one gets injured, then there's another person who can come in, but not the whole team. So it's like you have a team, but this one will lose form. When he loses form, you bring somebody who is now in form in his position, and then that. So, for example, the English national team, they have the same team, but at this particular time, Phil Foden, who has been magnificent in the past, this year has not performed too well. He's not played so well, so he's taken out. And a young guy who has performed so well in his team in the league is brought in. That's why we can have Rodgers in and Phil Foden out. That's why we can have Anderson in and maybe another midfielder, one of the old midfielders out. That's why we can have Konsa in and Maguire out. But the team is still there. It's still the same English national team compact. So it is just individuals, injury, somebody is out, somebody has lost form, is out, but not playing this team. And then the next team, the next match you have 6-7 new players. The next match you have 8 new players, and it doesn't help. It doesn't help. So if this is our team, then we are looking at this team from today up to the next World Cup, keeping them together and making sure that we don't break them, we don't dismantle the team and get a whole new set of players. No.
Speaking of putting together the team, there's been so much talk about unnecessary influence, that there are people who have clubs and there's conflict of interest and they keep suggesting people. How do we overcome that? How is that affecting the quality of
If I had been the Minister for Youth and Sports, one of the main, let me say, I wouldn't say laws, but one of the main positions I will have pushed for reform of how we manage our national teams will be that anybody who is in a club should not be part of the national team. The national team should have its own architecture and management. So that somebody like you, KSM, you have football knowledge. We apply. We appoint you as the chief executive of the national team. You understand? We have what we call a selection committee that will be responsible for monitoring all Ghanaian players across the world, monitoring them. And then we'll recommend a set of names to the technical committee, and then they'll pick the national team from it. But not GFA management committee members virtually giving the coach names of players. Let me ask a simple question. Carlos Queiroz, when was he appointed? Are you telling me that before he was appointed, GFA had already told him to do, let me say, an examination, analysis, critical analysis of all our players playing Europe, that within 2 weeks he could submit a list of players? It means somebody
not possible
may have recommended a list to him. Who did that? Because he didn't know the players.
Coach, my name is Frank Ejam, Paper Media. I have one question for you and then one for Capito. Now to you, Coach. After your 28-man squad, most Ghanaians believe that you didn't really select these players by yourself or together with your technical team. Rather, some external forces influenced your selection. To the extent that the GFA president head is on the chopping board, he has been accused of influencing your selection. How will you respond to this? Did anyone influence your selection? The 28-man squad.
Right, look at me nicely. Look at me nicely. I'm gonna have my answer to your question. You see my answer?
No.
You don't see me smiling? That's my answer to you.
Just like that?
Can I ask one question to the coach?
One last question and then we will be out of it.
I don't think Carlos Queiroz knew 70% of our players before he became our coach. So how did he get the list? So we must have that team We have a national team management committee. We have selectors committee made up of technical people whose job will be only always to be monitoring the performance of our players and then make appropriate recommendation to the technical committee for them to evaluate and then pick. I think that will insulate our teams, our national teams, from individual interests.
But somebody like coming in at the time that he did, wouldn't he automatically have to rely on some people for the list?
Yeah, but that's where the corruption comes in.
Okay.
That's where the corruption. If you have a player, and I have a player, and they are all capable of playing the national team, and you have the opportunity at the FA to talk to the coach, will you talk for my player or talk for your player?
No, talk for my player.
Yes. Because all these players are being managed by individuals who are looking at the performing well at the World Cup so that it will increase their market value, so that they can sell them and make more money. Or their clubs will give them better offers and then they benefit from it. So no one is a pope at the GFA. So piously will go and think about the nation and not about himself.
It's a financial decision.
So we need to make sure that we set up a system that will make individuals know that they are working for the state and the state is recognizing what they are doing and they are not working for individuals. That is what will solve our problem. All our national teams are going through the same. In fact, our league is going through the same system of corruption. Individuals having interest in more than 2-3 clubs.
It looks like this problem is so entrenched, though. If you were the sports minister, could you reverse that?
I think we have ethics. We have ethics committee in our football. But just that, you see, Ghana, the problem we have as a country is the fact that knowing the right thing to do and not doing it. And the laws are there and deciding not to enforce the laws. Unless there's a critical situation before. For example, we're having floods in Accra. KSM, why are we having floods? People are saying, people have built in waterways. How did the people build in waterway?
It's sold to them. The land is sold to them.
The land was sold to them?
Yeah.
Even when the land was sold to them legitimately, how could they have built in that area they have built without a building permit or development permit?
They got a building permit and the clearance.
And if they had building permit and development permit, how did they get it? When we have spatial planning officers, we have engineers who know that where the person is building is in the waterway. It's a problem. It's the same with our football. We sit down and we cry. We talk about the fact that there's corruption in our football. But the same things that are giving the fertile grounds for the corruption, we allow those things to fester.
So whether you're talking about land, so whether you're talking about football, whether you're talking about whatever, corruption is deeply steeped in.
The Bible says the evil intention of man is continually. But the Bible gave a caution. You live amongst whom you shine as light. So if I decide to shine in the midst of the darkness, you decide to shine in the midst of the darkness, then we can have light in the country. But where all of us are scared of shining, are scared of being the light, are scared of what people will say about you, are scared of the insults, and then we'll continue to grovel in the night, in the darkness.
Well, it takes one or two people who are not scared to go out and make those.
Yes.
So that's why
the time we had Jerry Rollins.
Yeah.
You understand? He felt that we got into a time, I don't care if I should lose my life. This is what we have to do to save this country. And I think those are the sort of people we must look for when we're talking about politics now in this country. People think that politics is an opportunity to make money. There's something Professor Mills, your own friend, told me. He said, Nii, do you know the reason why I don't think about all these things, about corruption and all those things? No. Because Missy Dan 10, made a crop him. Them kura made one room. Them room no kura no. Me pano basi corner kitu ebi.
Wow.
Me to cars 5. I can only drive one at a time. Until me de koye. Until we get many of us politicians beginning to think that way, I think it will be good for all of us.
That's a good time for me to segue into, you are now running or contesting for chairmanship position.
Yes.
So getting right into the politics. Let's say you win the chairmanship.
Yes.
What actual things can you do to change the NDC and going beyond Krano, the thinking of Ghanaians in terms of what you are just talking about, doing the right thing?
One, I want to say that we've preached the gospel of reset. Reset is not just about resetting the economy of this country. Reset is also about resetting our minds, our attitudes, our hearts, our behaviors, to make our party very attractive to people. Because in the past, our party was demonized. People said, Rawlins's party, when walking Crawford, Wobun Crawford, what a day, what a basa, you know, the party was seen as a party of the, let me say, what do they call it?
Riffraffs. Vananda boys
and girls. You understand? Today, if we have a whole thousands of lawyers taking membership of the party, they are so proud to tell the whole Ghana, we belong to the NDC. We have doctors, we have all coming up saying we are members of the NDC. We want to contest parliamentary seat, we want to contest. Then the party must change. The party must reset itself in a way that those sort of, let me say, adjectives which were used in the past will not fit the party anymore. The party must be a sort of party that even if today we should raise the souls and the spirits of Kwame Nkrumah, Kofi Annan, and the rest, they will feel proud of us. That, ye di kanfono, ye mana ye janwe chino, washe ye chiye. Yamrengu. Those are the things I want to see. I want to see the NDC being a party that will make me proud. I can walk around and nobody will point the left finger at me and the party. I want an NDC where, as much as possible, as we have seen now, we will not be embroiled in controversies of corruption and the rest. And all will be how we build a resilient party, that the party itself can be able to make it resourceful, that the party will not be taken over by Shylocks and people who will be like, we are the financiers of the party, so we have to dictate, appoint this person. That the party will be a party where there is room for everybody. You show your competence, your capabilities, and then hard work will elevate you to position. Not a party where people will buy positions because they have money. I want a situation where the party, whether we are in government or in opposition, the party will not be going around with a cap in hand begging for money from people in order to sustain the activities and administration of the party. A party of close to about 6 million people should not beg for money.
So, Chairman, what practically can you put into effect this kind of change? Because there's always the status quo that people keep battling the status quo.
One of the best things I'm looking at is building our data system. That anybody who is a member of the party, wherever the person is, it doesn't matter whether it's Hamlet, it doesn't matter whether it's a farmhouse, we'll be able to identify that person, and that person will have an easy communication with the party. I'm looking at a system whereby we have a party where constituencies will have meeting, and then their minutes of their meeting will reflect in a regional meeting. The regional meeting, the minutes of the regional meeting will reflect in the national executive meeting. That the national executive will not get up and take a decision on behalf of the party without the feedback from the grassroots.
Is that what is happening now?
To some extent, yes. For example, let me ask a question. When did the party take a decision to join the suit that had been filed at the Supreme Court on by Nyao Tamaklo and Dr. Frimpong Boateng, for example. I thought a decision like that should emanate from our grassroots. Did we give it opportunity for the party people down there to discuss it and find out whether that is the best way for us or not? Because we've tried various systems and we've had, let me say, certain consequences. And we ourselves have transited from particular dispensation to another dispensation. So when we are taking a decision, that goes to affect the general embodiment of the party. The people on the ground who those decisions will affect should be part of the decision making. So when did we send this decision to the party at the constituency level for them to discuss and say that, oh, this constituency, or the constituency, we think this particular thing, if we adopt it, is good. Then we can put all the composite decisions of the various constituencies. 276 shouldn't be difficult for us to put together the decisions of the 276 constituencies and say, yes, this is a decision that our people, the grassroots of the party, have decided, have taken. So the party, National Executive, we are pursuing. The National Executive cannot be repositories of knowledge. You get me? So we should not see ourselves as, because I'm the National Executive, I know more than that branch chairman or constituency chairman down there. No. Because I could be a branch secretary. Today we have lawyers, doctors, professionals. A lot of the people in our pro forum, for example, are contesting elections at constituency level. This decision, did we even put it before our pro forum? For them to think about it and take it? Did we even put it before our lawyers to examine it and advise? When was it done? Did we even go to our members of parliament to seek their opinion on it? A party is a group or a family that takes decision in the interest of members of the family. So every point in time, KSM, in order not to make people feel, it is not right.
So that's something you intend to change?
I will change. The decision-making process of the party. If the party is a grassroots party, then the decision-making process of our party must change.
Is there an argument for those who say, well, the grassroots are really not in touch with the reality of the situation we are dealing with, so we need to take the decisions and then whip them into line that this is what we have to do? You know, that we cannot depend on every decision coming from the grassroots because they are not connected.
KSM, not every decision, but decisions that go to impact on the structure of the party. The grassroots must have a say. And two, the grassroots and the branches, at the end of it all, are the ones when we take the decision who act on those decisions. So when they take ownership of the decision, it makes it easier for them to contribute to making that decision effective. But if they don't take ownership, they'll be like, you understand? So we must look at it and do that. The party must develop. And today, even a communist party, they still adhere to the principles of their Politburo. They don't just get up and take decisions. So the party must utilize the opportunities we have to make sure that decisions that go to strengthen the base. And then two, it is a responsibility of the party to make the party grassroots be part of their decisions. So if we can't say that national and say, oh, this one, they don't have the competence to be able to take the decision, so we are taking it for them.
On their behalf.
We should not be tempted to think that we are more knowledgeable and more intelligent than the people who constitute executives and membership of the party at the branch level and at the constituency level.
I've had a few complaints from people. And the complaint has been, and it's for the once they elected into power, they forget the grassroots. We hear people say, "I mean, from Christ here, we're doing the phone. They can't even connect to people that they used to know." Have you heard that thing going on?
I've heard, and even me, I've been accused of that before.
That you don't answer calls?
It scares me. For example, I've been here with you for an hour.
Yeah.
My phone is there. It's lying there.
People have been calling.
People are calling me. So their conclusion is the fact that, he doesn't pick his calls. They wouldn't know what
you were doing at the time.
At that particular time.
But you return the call?
I do. As much as I can. When I'm finished with what I'm doing, I do. I get averagely 125 calls a day. And do you know how I'm able to do that? Sometimes early morning at 6, I delete all past calls. Then, so from morning. So in the evening, around 10, I look at the number of calls. And it hovers between 125 and 300. Received, missed, and also once I call. If you go through that, you may end up living your life by the phone. Because it means that every 5 minutes you're on the phone. Every 5 minutes you're on the phone. You may not even have time to eat. You may not have time to do certain things. One particular discipline about me is that when I go into the midst of people I respect, I don't hold my phone. Because you see, I'm talking to people like you, chiefs, opinion leaders, and then I'm getting calls. I'm on my calls. It doesn't show respect to them. The way I was brought up, when you're talking to elders, you must be focused, you must be attentive, and be listening to them. Not to be thinking about other things. You should not be distracted. We're even taught to put our hands at our back.
Behind us, yeah.
The reason why you put our hands at your back, you don't want you to be distracted by anything. Show respect to the people you are talking to. So, if I should be holding a call, I should be holding my phone, and somebody calls, then I look at it, put it off. The same person will say, cut me. They said, look, he's seeing me or calling him, and some people, do you know what they do? They'll just be standing close to you and will call you. And then I'm talking to KSM, so I cut it. And say, you see, I told you. He's seen that I called, he's cut it. The person will not be thinking about the fact that I am having a discussion. Maybe the discussion I'm having is about him. He wouldn't know. All that is fixated with the fact that, you see, he has cut my call. You don't pick calls. Yes. Let me say, for example, when we go into cabinet meeting, we are not allowed to take our phones. So if the person is in the cabinet meeting for 6 hours, some of the cabinet meetings could be even 9 hours, 10 hours.
Can't pick any call.
They can't pick any call. Then people will say they are not picking our calls. I don't think anybody will intentionally, I can speak for myself and a few colleagues that I know. Rarely will I see a very serious politician intentionally refusing to pick calls, because you don't know what is happening in your constituency. You don't know. That call you pick could help you save your seat or retain your seat. So, I have not intentionally cut people off unless I am in a sort of meeting that makes it impossible for me to pick calls. And most of the time, my phone could be with my PA or my security. And sometimes they are also overwhelmed by the situation that they cannot pick the call. For example, my security is supposed to take care of my security. If he should take his attention off me and picking calls, and something happens to me. So he may be having my phone, but he may not be able to pick the calls. My PA is having my phone, as Nii is having now. Nii is focusing on the things I'm saying and the interview I'm doing. So it will be difficult for her to also focus on the people who are calling. So, the complaints I've heard, and sometimes it's unfortunate, but I think we need to engage more, explain things to our constituents and our party people more, and for them to understand. Yes, there's been quite a number. I've just come from Ashanti region. Few people met me. My disappointed.
Yeah, from Amufa.
But it's only 1 year, 6 months, and not every one of us will meet his or her expectation at this time. I like what our national chairman said. Obi de ba nopa, obi de ba ewia, obi de ba anajo. Nti obi anya abotre.
Yeah, because there's that general feeling out there. I can understand what you're saying now, but that's the complaints that people. Yeah,
it's legitimate.
Yeah, now they don't even mind you. Nii Lante Vanderpuye.
But the funny thing is that there are some people who also sometimes may not have called you before in a decade.
Yeah,
you understand? Friends, old friends, schoolmates, and the rest. They've never called you before, but all of a sudden you won elections.
They call you.
And these are some of the people who also go and complain that, you see, today he's Nii Lante, he's sitting there, so when I call him, he doesn't pick. Recently, there was a friend who complained to one of our mates, schoolmates, Meanwhile, since we left primary school,
you've not spoken.
I've never spoken with you. We've never met. Then all of a sudden, we won elections, you come, my son want a job and all that. I said, look, job situation is difficult now, but let your son apply. When he applies for a job, he should let me know where he has sent application, and I see whether I can put in a word. So 1 week, 2 weeks, they haven't heard anything from me. Went and complained to another mate of mine. Nii, I have a problem. My son needs a job. I called him, I talked to him, he has not done anything. Sometimes it's frustrating, but we have to be patient, tolerant, and see what we can do in such situations to keep the friendship and the relationship.
Before my final question about this aspirational chairmanship, this is a light one. Do you remember the exact time, I think, former His Excellency Nanado was lifting up the MPP? He said, vote for Nii Lante Vanderpuye. What was your reaction to that?
You may know that the Achimabaka people have a long-standing relationship with the Gans.
Yeah.
The Nanado family and the royal house of Achimabaka have a very strong relationship with the Vanderpuyes. One of the chiefs of Achimabaka, before he was still a chief, he used to work with my great-grandmother. Yeah, Naakwale Ajeso, otherwise known as Florence Naakwale Vanderpuye. She was quite rich, and that was the driver. So when he was installed, my great-grandmother said, look, you brought honor to me, that my driver, you'll be made a chief. So built for him a place at Raka, so that whenever he's in Accra, he could. That's where
the Ochiman's palace?
Yes.
That's how it came about?
That's how it came about. So we've had a relationship. And Nanado's father was very, very close to my grandfather. They used to come to our house when we were kids at Adabraka, Ajeso house. Sundays, in their jumper and braces, all white, then the moccasin shoe. I was a small boy then. And then they will walk together to dance bar with their cigars and all those things and enjoy life. You understand? When I was growing up in primary school, Nanado used to come to my father, they sit on a horse. My grandfather used to have horses.
Wow.
They ride the horses around the Braka and all. So we have a very good relationship already. So Nanado knows me and knows me very well. So according to somebody who was with him, he was really, really caught between the relationship he has with me and coming to campaign against me. So he was thinking about me all through when he was the car before they got to the rally grounds. And you know, sometimes you think of a particular person all the time, you end up talking about those things when you are not even supposed to talk about it. So I think that's what happened to him. It was, I enjoyed it. So immediately it happened, I only got my van, communication van, the party van, to go around and thank him in the constituency.
You want to thank him?
Yeah, I said they should thank Donaldo for campaigning for me. He has seen that I'm better than his candidate. So I didn't campaign again. The whole night I didn't.
Really?
Yes, my van was just going around and thanking Donaldo.
Thanking him for campaigning for you.
Yes. And you know the funny thing, after elections, there was this funeral in Brongafo. I think Brongafo, yes. And then we were there, and when he came, members of parliament were there, and then he was greeting. So he greeted, and he was like, my campaign manager is a foolish boy. So it's sometimes
that's very interesting.
That's the interesting part of politics.
Yeah.
In spite of the drama sometimes you see on the floor. When I was in parliament, for example, every Friday I order KK for my constituency, KK and fish for my constituency, and then we all eat. NDC or MPP or majority or minority, we all eat. We eat together. Sometimes the minority deputy whip, Mrs. Alasa, will come and say, Nii, this weekend are you bringing Kenke? I said, oh, I'm not sure. Then she will go to Doyo and convince Doyo to convince me to bring the Kenke. So it's beautiful if we can continually show the same friendship, loyalty in even our posturing during elections. It will curb the violence, it will bring the tension down, and we can now have much more disciplined politicians holding office in our political parties and also in parliament. Because we're scaring a lot of decent people away from politics.
Yeah.
Because the way somebody like you wouldn't, assuming you were even 45, would you have subjected yourself to partisan politics? You wouldn't. Knowing who you are, you wouldn't. Because of the nature of our politics. There are so many people who would have loved to contribute to this country through the legislature, but because of the nature of our politics, they wouldn't want to do so.
Very true, very true, very true. So with regards to that, my final question will be on sports, but let's take on this for a few seconds. With regards to that, considering the whole theory of building the nation, which for me is so key, that we can all focus, regardless of party, tribe, whatever, religion, let's build this nation, for crying out loud. As chairman if you become chairman for the NDC.
I will be. So
You'll
you
be.
say when I am chairman of the NDC.
Oh, you're chairman of the
I say
NDC.
when I'm chairman of the NDC.
Chairman of the NDC.
Yes.
Yeah. What would you advise in terms of bringing thoughts together to build this nation?
I think there must be more interaction between the political parties, especially the national executives or the parties. It should not happen only when we are going to have elections, then IPAC will call a meeting and all those things. We are all building a nation. We are all contribute our different opinions on how to build a nation. And I think that we must foster much more closer working relationship between the political parties. And let us understand the policies that we want to initiate. So that, for example, if we're talking about flooding today, nobody will go and sit on television or radio and look at flooding as
As a political issue.
As a political issue. We look at flooding as a general issue. What do we do to strengthen our assemblies to be able, as political parties, what do we do to strengthen? Because, for example, my party should have influence on all government policies because the national chairman and the general secretary will sit in cabinet. The opposition party the party must have an interaction with their members of parliament. For example, in a way of building this country, so their posturing in the house will not be too partisan. They will not get up and oppose anything from the majority because they are a minority and they must be heard, like the way sometimes they do things in the house. When we cultivate that, we will have what I look at as a patriotic and nationalistic view of things. And once we put the agenda, so now the issue becomes policy, healthcare. This is the NDC's agenda on healthcare. This is MPP's agenda on healthcare. Then Ghanaians can evaluate the two.
The issue is healthcare.
Yes. And then, so it won't be who has more macho men and who is more violent to win the elections. It will be who has the best policies and the most efficient way of making those policies work. That will be the argument.
Thank you very much, and very, very well said. And at some point, it sounds like a politician, I'm sorry. Most politicians know what to say, they know the right thing to say.
Yes.
But when it comes to having the power, they seem to, One quick question before my final question, if how much we are getting this one. One quick question. What I see most of the time is that once with power grows arrogance. Yeah. And I think what sadly affected the recent election, affected the MPP, was that extraordinary level of arrogance that people cannot contain anymore. Being the chairman, say I should call you chairman, vying for the chairmanship, can you guarantee to Ghanaians, or, well, maybe guarantee is not the word, can you assure Ghanaians that, look, this kind of arrogance that the MPP suffered from will not crop up in the NDC, now that the NDC has overwhelming majority? How are Ghanaians not to expect that sooner than later they may also too become arrogant?
Let me say, when it comes to issue of arrogance, pride, ego, and such things, they are individual traits. And sometimes by your training, you'll be arrogant or you wouldn't be. I listened to one preaching of Pastor Mensa Otabel. I love it. He said, you only know the character of a person when the person becomes rich or has power.
That's when you know who they are.
Yes. When it becomes rich or has power. There may be people who are very humble, very noble, very decent upbringing. But as soon as they get that power, that authority, that money, it changes them. If you ask anybody who knows me very well, I tell people I'm as constant as a northern star. Power position doesn't change me. And many of my people are like that. There's one thing I've always said, for example, about President Mahama. I've known him since my days in GBC. And Mahama I knew when I was a journalist at GBC is the same Mahama I know today. He hasn't changed. Always smiling to people. You may not love him, you may loathe him, but then you can't take his good human personality away. It doesn't matter. You insulted him yesterday. He's still open to listen to you, smile with you, and all those things. There will be others who, my colleagues, who today, when we meet, they want you to bow and greet them. Some of my colleagues. Some of them, I even tutored them how to stand on the political platform and talk. When you meet them, they want you to bow and greet them. It's all about the person. And I say, there's one thing my grandmother told me, and I've lived with it. It said, every day of your life, you are writing your own testimonial. The people you meet on the street, the people you talk to, the people you interact with, they will all be writing the script about you every day. Live in a manner where she said in Ghana, "Moko nandoku ewe yohe." Then she told me, you know, in this world, whatever you are asked to do it so well that one day when they are asking for the best person in that area, you'll be called. They say, you know, you are a shoe shine boy. Those days I used to do a shoe shine and all those. I used Sudi and all those things to do the hinema and all. Then she said, this shoe shine you are doing, do it so well that tomorrow if somebody comes from Abuchi, they can tell me the shoe shine fame or
They call you.
So I tell every politician who come close to me that I'm Nii Lante Vanderpuye. You are KSM. People will judge us by the way we interact with them, we talk to them, we behave towards them, the way we talk on air, the way the way we behave towards people. And arrogance of power is something that I wouldn't want to see in this NDC government. So far, I have not seen it. I'm not saying we are saints, but when we are conscious of what led to the fall of the MPP, we should not go the same way. We should not do the same things that will make Ghanaians think that, oh, they are the same. Because we are never the same.
Okay.
We are never the same.
Okay.
I tell people that, look, this victory was not NDC. It was divine. God only used us as a vehicle to change the course of this country. KSM, if we had not won elections, who will have known that Wontumi took this amount of money from Exim Bank to do farming and he didn't do it?
The company and its director and CEO forged a receipt in order to deceive Exim Bank that they were in compliance with the loan conditions. These are not mere breaches of a contract, but constitute acts of criminality by no means a person than the regional chairman of the then ruling party. In the circumstances and the face of the evidence we have gathered in this investigation, thoroughly conducted by the Economic and Organized Crime Office, we have made the decision to prosecute Wontumi Farms and its directors with defrauding by false pretenses, forgery, and causing financial loss to the state in the sum of 24,255,735 Ghana cedis.
God wanted the whole country to know. So he created an opportunity where the NDC will come. So a light will be thrown on that darkness so that we can protect the interest of the people. So we should all know that whatever we do today, tomorrow, light will be thrown on it. And all of us will be accountable.
Fantastic. And now my final question. The Black Stars are playing in a few hours.
Yes.
You've told me your expectations already.
2-1 against Panama.
2-1 against Panama.
Yes.
I concur.
2-1.
2-1.
Yes.
All those people say aye.
Aye.
The eyes have it. Nii Lante, thank you so much. It's been an engaging conversation.
I'm privileged.
And
I wish we could have it again.
We will.
Yeah. It's part of me people don't know. People see Nii Lante and they see the Infant Spin boy in me. They see University of Ghana boy in me. They don't know me very well. I've come far. I've come very far.
You come far.
And we'll have that conversation one day.
We will.
People don't know that I've sold both fruit.
You sold both fruit. We'll talk about it. This happened at you know the KSM show.
Yes.
That's when we sit there and do a personality interview. I invite you to the KSM show.
Thank you.
If you happen to become the chairman, we'll do another show.
By the grace of Almighty God, I will be.
Okay.
I'll be the NDC Chairman come 2026 December.
All right. Nii Lante Vanderpuye, y'all, show some love. And until we come your way again next week with another exciting edition of some unfiltered bold speaker, KSM signing off and saying, catch you next week. Nii Lante in the bush.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
your guy is not bad.
It's not bad.